This is a HeadGum podcast.
Guys, welcome back to Dynamic Banter.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was coughing during the...
No.
Sorry.
Mike,
Yes.
welcome back, man.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry for any confusion I might have caused.
There was just slight confusion,
Yeah.
but it was more chaos for me because that week was so fucking weird for me. It was just a very busy week.
Yeah.
But I think...
Do you want to start over?
No, what I want to do is I want to... I want to do something that I've been meaning to do for a while, and I think we need to I think we need to pray for comedy, Mike, because I think comedy is a little ill.
You were saying this the other day at work,
Yeah.
and I don't know that I agree with you. I think you might be looking in the wrong places. and
Maybe
I think you
I
might
am.
be wasting a candle.
I'm not going to waste the candle because it's just this is from when I was a neon. My mom would light candles like this with Jesus on them, and they'd have little Bible passages on them. But this candle features one of my patron saints, Andy Kaufman.
Is that a comforting thing from your childhood?
No.
Candles? You don't like that?
I mean, it didn't do a damn thing. If I'm being honest with you,
I'm
about
not
it.
asking you if the candles did magic. I'm asking you if it's a comforting thing.
I mean, no more than a hug or a winter's kiss.
Can you what makes a winter's kiss different?
You
I'm
want?
sorry,
Can I tell
keep
you what a
cutting off.
winter's kiss is?
Yes,
When you
please.
keep the roll of toilet paper in the freezer for a couple hours.
It's like a peppermint patty, but shaped differently.
It's a peppermint Jonathan.
a
Peppermint
peppermint Dan.
Peppermint Dan. Peppermint Patrick.
I was gonna say peppermint Dan's like the weirdest ice cream guy in your neighborhood.
Hi, I'm Peppermint Dan.
Okay, hi,
Hey.
peppermint Dan.
All I got left is coconut.
I don't. Do you have any of those wrestling ice cream bars?
Listen,
Or
I don't think you heard me.
yeah.
I said all I have is coconut. And he lifts up a whole coconut.
Not even coconut ice.
No, just coconut.
All I have is one whole coconut.
I made a mistake when I ordered from the supplier. I thought the kids loved thin strips of shaved coconut, and I was going to sprinkle it on every flavor. Could you imagine that if you were like, can I get a strawberry ice cream? And he's like, coming right up. And then he sprinkles coconut on it and hands it to
matter
you.
what.
Like you didn't even ask for it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my nightmare. I don't like shaved coconut, but I
You don't
like it
like
when it's
coconut?
raw.
I like coconut very much.
I like raw coconut.
Okay, I'm glad we finally talked about this.
And I like coconut water, too.
Okay.
But I think, Mike, I forgive everything that you were sorry about.
Thank
you. Forever. You're such a good friend of mine, and I love you very much.
Thank you very much. I remember my first note that I wrote down on the plane while listening to the previous podcast, because the first 5 minutes is just you guys talking shit about me. And my first thought was like, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Because another conversation, this is getting real deep real fast,
Okay.
but another conversation you had on the podcast is the difference between like a YouTube personality's personality and their actual personality.
yeah.
And I think a lot of people have been just around and visible for such a long time that you kind of wonder what they're at where they're at as a person, what they're like.
Mm-hmm.
And like I piss my friends off sometimes.
Yeah.
That's a thing that I have that everybody does, but I
Oh, yeah.
want to make it very clear that I also piss my friends off sometimes.
Yeah,
And was
well, I
like,
think we all
it's
piss
about
each other
time,
off.
because you guys were kind of talking shit, and I
Yeah.
was like, it's about time that
Someone talk shit.
It's been too long.
Well, I think it was more like throwing you under the bus a little bit, and it was unfair because you weren't here to really defend yourself. But,
Yeah, that's okay.
But I think I bookended most of my query with you by saying that I love you very much and you're a good friend. and
Yeah,
you're,
no, I took zero offense
Okay,
to
good,
everything.
good.
I was like,
I think you just kind of like you get distracted. You're a busy guy. And I'm the same way, man. I need a personal assistant. As douchey as it sounds,
We should be each other's.
Let's be each other's personal assistant. Yeah,
Yeah.
And Zoya will just laugh at us about it.
Zoya's here. Zoya's producing the video segment of this. So if the video doesn't make it to the internet, that's why.
I apologize.
Zoya, can you give me a?
I've zoomed into that section.
I need you to give me the closest zoom you can on
I
our
think that's
patron
so
saint,
cool
my
how
Lord
we have
Andy
someone
Kaufman.
doing this. Great job, Zoya.
I need it as close as you can get onto this boy's baby face.
Zoya's so tan now, dude.
I don't know how to like
You can cut right to him.
real.
So what's supposed to happen after we...
Well, I just want to say that
I know.
because I missed you so much, and because I love how much you make me laugh, and because I love all the comedy that we create on this podcast, and I love our audience and how much comedy they love, and I just love comedy and jokes that so much that I think it's time to light the Andy Kaufman candle.
The Andy Kaufman comedy candle.
The Andy Kaufman comedy candle, which I think should also be lit. I mean, maybe it's one of those things where I should only light it on his birthday or something, but...
Yeah, but neither of us know how to find that out.
Oh,
that
no,
kind
there's
of
no way
information.
to. And, he died before he could tell anybody. So I think what we should do is we should light it now. And
Now on Andy Kaufman's
on Andy
birthday.
Kaufman's birthday. Merry Christmas, Andy Kaufman. Loo, 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 loo. Mike, how are you, man? How was your honeymoon?
I'm really good. I feel like a different person. I
Yeah.
told Elliot that the last day we were there, we got a massage, and I think I saw God. And I've never been. I haven't been on a vacation proper in probably over 10 years.
Oh, man.
And then I've never been on kind of an all-inclusive resort.
Neither
type
had
thing.
I've only done it once.
Yeah, well, this was our one time, and it was crazy. It was crazy, and I'm very like relaxed and unwound compared
Good.
to where I was.
Good.
Yeah,
I
I had
think
things
every
to stress me out the second I came
of course,
back.
of course, that's life.
But it was awesome, and Zoe came along for the honeymoon, and
She did this time.
She didn't want to leave. She could realistically just stay there for the rest of her life. I'm sure a lot of people could, but she would have no problem. And no one there would have any problem. Because you know how you feel about her and Will feels about
Yeah.
her and everybody else? Everyone who works at the resort
Now
instantly-
feels that way about her.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, well, she has that power over people.
She does. Well,
and,
she strangled half of them.
I get it. I mean, you don't want to cross Zoya.
You don't want to fold her beach towel the wrong way either.
You
'cause
certainly
you'll
don't.
get choked.
And you don't want sand in her Mai Tai. Because I'll tell you what, that thing's going back. And it's going to go back with a little bit of blood and maybe even a tooth in it.
It's gonna
and
go
it won't
back.
be hers.
It's gonna have teeth in it.
It's going to have the server's teeth in it. That resident of Mexico is going to come back with a boy's tooth.
Server's teeth was my favorite David Ross color.
Well, I missed you a whole bunch, man.
I missed.
You were gone for too long, I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay, I'll never go away again.
Don't ever take a vacation for yourself. Don't ever treat your beautiful wife to a relaxing getaway.
There's not a chance of that happening.
It's
forever.
selfish.
But you and Will did a great job.
Thanks,
I enjoyed
man.
listening to it. I remember I was on the plane listening to it, and there was horrible turbulence.
Oh, man.
And I was like, "Am I just hearing? Is this just a bad podcast, or is there horrible turbulence?" No, but it was turbulent.
Could the podcast cause turbulence?
I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad, unless it's a Galaxy Nexus Texas.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Galaxy's Nexus, Texas.
Zoya, the producer, is telling me that the camera keeps zooming in.
on Janice?
Yeah.
Is it because of the eyeball?
I don't know,
Turn it
man.
on? I don't think I did.
Okay, so when you tap on something,
This is
I'm sorry about this.
this is Mike teaching
I
Zoya
think
how to
you
use
create
the
a shot. So now if you go to all the
video
shots,
software.
I think we're all.
So how do I turn that off?
I think it's
That
off.
shot- No, it's not because it keeps going to that.
Okay, man. Well, this is the least.
You're worried
Well, no. This is just the least
Worrisome?
good time
to be doing
to fix that particular problem.
Right.
Hey, you're not doing anything wrong.
That's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's copacetic.
I gotta admit, I'm fuming mad. I gotta admit, I'll flip a
I'm
table.
so pissed I could spit right now.
What a rewarding thing to do when you're very mad.
Well, I always love it when someone in a movie or TV show says, "I'm so mad I could spit."
Yeah.
And it's like, what is making that happen?
I'm so mad. A bunch of spit in my mouth, and I don't want to swallow it.
My mouth is filling with spit. Is how pissed I am. I just don't get it. I don't understand.
You know when you get mad and your fists clench up and your eyebrows go down like this and your mouth they get so full of spit.
Ooh, I'm so mad at you. I swear I could sneeze. And I won't even cover my mouth.
I could point at you and keep pointing at you.
I'll point at you and then I'll point with my pinky and my finger like this.
Oh, give them the Maloik. That's a Maloik.
Maloik?
Yeah, well, it's something my Italian family was like. It's like old Italian women would give you the Maloik, and that would mean you would have bad luck for the rest of your life.
Oh, wow, really?
or something like that. It's just something my aunts would do when the kids were fucking up. Either that or hit you with spoon.
This is what the principal in the Breakfast Club did to Jack
Yeah,
Bender. Said
you're
you're gonna get
100% right.
the bull, and you're gonna get the horn. You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Yeah, you're 100% right. What a cool principal way to point.
Yeah.
Every principal has something weird that they do with their
Yeah.
hands. A lot of them get arrested for it.
Do you think they go to principal school to learn to be principals, and then they're like everyone has to come up with their principal point?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we found out that existed.
Principal
tomorrow.
school.
Principal school. My principal did this a lot.
Whoa.
And you can only see that on the exclusive
Blu-ray set at the end of the
Blu-ray.
year.
But he would do this, like he would have his hand horizontal or perpendicular with the ground and it's outstretched, and then there would be kind of like a fan, like a crowd doing the wave from his pinky to his thumb, and that would mean come here.
Whoa.
He's like
weird.
Magneto in that way.
Like, so let's say you're standing a little bit further than where you are right now, and you want me to come over to you. Show me what you do.
Mr. Zaragoza?
Yes. No way.
Yeah. And it would always be me, and I would always get in trouble for talking when they were trying to line all the kids up to get them out of the lunchroom. And it was creepy.
Like, just like this?
Yes. Like you were catching an essence of something.
Whoa, that's pretty commanding and a little intimidating.
Well, it's a grade school principal. So they're either like really weird guys or really good guys, and we got a really weird one.
Well, look at this.
Okay.
I don't have any stories about my principals, man. I didn't like them. I
You
didn't
didn't
like
have a
any of them.
point?
I didn't like school at all.
Okay.
Is it obnoxious that I've got an Amazon.com box here?
I don't think so. I think you do your
A
thing.
little bit of an eyesore, probably. It's all right.
I think we're both doing infuriating things with the microphone if if that's the standard. Are you okay? What's going on? Zoya, can I see that?
I just turned it back on.
That's okay. Can I see it? I need to see it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on automatic because I did something on the plane, Steve.
What you did?
I'll tell you.
No.
Can I tell you?
Yeah, tell me, please.
When I was listening to the podcast in Turbulence, I took, I'm going to say 7 pages of notes. And I wanted to, if I could go
On the
back.
podcast? You'd made notes on the podcast?
Yeah, like imagine, it's kind of tough for me to explain because I've never heard anything like this before. But if our podcast had like an after show,
Okay.
like what did they do after Walking Dead?
Like Talking Dead.
Like if they did that show for
our
us,
show?
if they did like
How unimportant would that be? Like, how important do we think we are where we would have a after show?
I don't think that's the conversation. I think if there was a show like that, there would be a breakdown. Somebody would do a breakdown like this. I think is where I'm going with this.
Michael Jackson does a good breakdown.
You know who else does a good breakdown? In Vogue. Okay, here we go. Minute by minute breakdown.
Wait, can I give you some music for your breakdown?
I would love that.
Okay, hang on.
You don't
Dun 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 dun. Breakdown. Breakdown. Everyone listening in their car hates me. Everyone listening on the headphones hates me. And you know what? That's okay.
It is okay if they all hate us. It just means we never have to do this again. All right, here we go. Here's the music for your, what is it? What'd you call it?
I don't know.
Your
I don't
breakdown.
have a-
Your
Do you wanna-
breakdown.
my podcast
This is your
breakdown.
podcast breakdown music.
Dynamic breakdown. This is too intense. Do you have like serene music?
How about this?
It's still too. If it was like a stinger, that would be perfect. But if it's like running music,
Okay, how about this?
I love what we're doing right now. See, the tempo's still too quick.
Okay, how about this one?
I need like spa music. This is all the same tempo.
Tonight at 11, Mike Falzone found a cookie in his hair.
What did he do with the cookie? Well, tune in.
We'll find out at 11.
Hide your kids.
Okay, how about this?
This is nice.
Okay. I think it's a little too Doors. Let's do a little something different.
And I talk about a lizard and drugs.
How about this?
This is nice.
I like this too.
Okay.
Okay, this is it. This is white noise, nature sounds. Baby sleep. Baby sleep. This is white noise, nature sounds, spa music. Baby sleep.
For the first 5 minutes, the whole podcast is basically talking shit about me. And that's okay, because that doesn't happen enough. So please, if you have a problem with me, please let me know. First note.
I appreciate it.
I also
Were you
haven't read
angry when
this.
you wrote that?
Not even a little bit.
Good to know.
Also, I haven't read these since the plane, so
Okay.
none of these are proofread. So I'm gonna read them as
You're also
They are.
you're also considering the fact that you might die on this plane because of the turbulence.
That's a good sweating
yeah,
hands.
you're sweaty and scared. Was it a lot of turbulence, Zoya?
There was a lot of turbulence.
Like more than you're used to?
Yeah.
Wow.
We fly a lot.
You were pretty chill. We were listening to Missy Elliott and DeBrat.
Were people barfing?
No.
It was pretty close at times.
People
though.
probably barf when they.
Oh, you dropped it.
Shit! I dropped the horn, Mike.
I still think that was pretty funny.
Mike, I dropped the horn.
Well, you better go get that
I'm
horn.
gonna get it with my foot.
I'll read the second note.
I'm gonna get it with my foot.
If you'll remember, Steve, Will at one point was very confused about me and what I do, which is hilarious to me for 1,000 reasons. That's what the note says.
What did he say?
Remember when Will was like, I want to know what Falzone does?
Oh, because he's talking about like in your life, like when you're not at home, when you're not at work.
I believe what he said I do was eat melatonin gummy bears.
He totally did say that.
And I was, are those real? Those real
It sounds like-
Because I will be that person.
The thing is the only reason why I know it's real is because I'm pretty sure Will has tried that, and I
Melatonin
think it's
gummy
supposed to
bears?
make you go to sleep.
I think that's beautiful. I think it's probably made for a child.
It sure must be.
Next note. No. No. Wait. It's like Tinkerbell trying to. Is it punctured? Is the horn punctured? We'll fix it. Listen, we'll fix it. That's the saddest horn sound. The spa music is kind of making it better though.
Hold on, baby girl. I got you.
Okay.
I got you, baby girl. I got you, sweetheart.
Steve's trying to repair the. Okay.
Oh no, it's so different now. Everything's different. I dropped it and now we're different. I dropped it and now it's different. Like when I was a baby, I dropped the baby and now it's different. It's now an you gotta squeeze, let go. Squeeze, let go. Squeeze, let go.
Listen, it's
Oh,
different. Maybe
fuck.
we'll find another horn.
Oh, baby boy, I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
we'll find a better, more professional horn.
Sweetheart, I'm so sorry.
Hey, the end of one horn is the beginning of another born boy.
Oh, sweetheart. Oh, Angel, Samantha, I'm so sorry.
Smith? Kevin or Samantha?
Janice.
I'm confused. Are you talking?
Christine.
Confused.
Christine, you need to please be alive.
Is that like a middle name?
Please be alive. Christine, Janice, Kevin. Kevin.
How many people are in the horn?
Kevin, please. Please, Kevin.
Yeah, I wish the music would change. You destroyed it.
Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet Angela.
Dude, it's like you dropped a baby and tried to pick it up with a fork.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, I know, I know, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Everything's happening so fast. Zoya's asking me 72 questions at the same time.
Listen, what are
I
you
don't know how to answer all these questions. She wants to know where I got it. Kevin! Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. I got this. Mike, you got to take over, man.
Well, I was trying to.
Take
I was
over.
doing
This
a whole
serious. This
thing.
is serious business.
Okay, well, Steve,
I got something I need to do.
listen.
What if you just heard a gunshot over here?
How's that gonna fix the horn?
So keep going.
All right, I'll keep it. Zoe, you want to jump in?
Sure.
All right. Zoe, do you remember me taking notes on the?
I
this?
do. It was very funny. I remember you laughing really, really loudly.
Now what? Well, they said some really, really funny things.
Yeah.
Can I ask you what you think is happening right now?
I'm not quite sure, but I think his whole life has just been devastated
Yeah.
by breaking it, and I was trying to help. I was just trying to,
Well, there was a.
because it was a honk on the squeeze and honk on the way out
No, it
too,
was
right?
just nothing on the squeeze, honk up.
Well,
No,
we
I'm
had
saying
in the
before-
golden.
before
Before
we
it was
broke
honk
it.
in,
Yeah.
honk out.
Wait, don't cut anything.
I'm
Wait.
not gonna cut. Trust me. I know what I'm doing.
I'm having a little bit of a panic
It's gonna
attack.
be alright. We're gonna be good.
You think so?
Yeah, baby. We need. Yeah, we're gonna.
Where did you get this thing though? Anyway.
All the most interesting things are happening behind the camera.
Yeah, the background music right now though is on point.
See, it's real nice.
It is.
It's
It's
kind of.
very,
That's how I
like,
know everything's gonna
soothing.
be all right.
It's like we're back at the spa.
I do think the track has come to an end, and now I'm starting to freak out a little bit.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Get another one.
Okay, and we're better.
Another.
Baby boy sound. This is
Baby
baby,
boy.
boy sounds.
I wish you guys could see what he's doing right now. 'cause
Steve is legit doing surgery in the horn right now.
Yeah, surgery on the horn.
And there's some kind of.
There's something very dirty behind that.
I don't understand
too.
what's happening. They're the rustiest set of pliers I've ever seen in my life.
No, they're
It's
the
gonna
ones.
happen. I can do this
Okay.
on the show, I think.
Okay.
This is gonna work. I just need to have a little time. Thank you, Zoya. Zoya.
This is the hardest I've ever seen you work on anything, by the way.
I'm a Mexican. I work hard on a lot of stuff.
I met so many fucking awesome Mexicans on this honeymoon, man.
Oh, aren't they the best? They're so
Um,
great. They're so helpful and nice and fun.
So I guess while you're doing that, I'm just gonna read down my notes. I just watched Steve point in every direction there is and burp. Okay, Will's confused about me that's hilarious for 1,000 reasons, and he thinks I eat melatonin gummy bears. Okay. Will professes at one time that he loves Zoya because at one of my shows once she offered to share nachos with him, and that instantly worried me
I guess that means a lot to Will.
because that meant in my head, if I was just a casual listener, I would think no one's ever been nice to Will. If you want to marry a woman because she offered you chips because you were sitting in close proximity, it makes me think no one's ever been kind to him.
Chips with also cheese.
Queso. Gracias. Next.
Well, someone's a little learned after their vacation.
Excuse me. Next note is Will has a bladder infection.
Because he has to pee 72 times?
Yeah. And then,
I think he has diabetes. I
well,
think
here's
that's what it is.
here's my next note. Funny enough, thank you for the transition. It says Will has diabetes from exercising too much, and that's impossible. Just wanted to point that out. The first 15 minutes is the best possible advertisement for going to the doctor.
Of the podcast?
Yeah. Thinking that you know what you have when you have 0 medical years of experience is a waste of your current healthy life. time you'll never get back, you're killing yourself. And then you say, you then say out of the hospital, life sucks, Will. In the comfort of your own apartment, you say, life sucks, Will. And then you say, and then the next note says, let's look at both of your lives. You live in Los Angeles where you make YouTube videos and music. And then if we had another producer, I would insert that exact clip. Perfect. You got it. Perfect.
Oh, man, it's over. I can't believe one drop on the fucking floor destroyed this thing.
If one good drop to one cheap thing equals not gonna work anymore.
I'm sorry, did you just call Allison, Gregory, James, Samantha, Ari, James, Christopher cheap?
We'll get you another horn. Next note says fake directions are the funniest.
Such as?
You were talking about take a right on Brewery Street. You remember how back in our day, back in the 90s, people would pull over to the side of the road and you would go up to their cars because nothing could possibly freak you out because it's 1994 and nothing's wrong.
There's no evil thoughts.
And then somebody would be like, how do you get to this? Where's the Sitco station from here?
The Sitco?
Whatever. Where's the Tommy K's video from
Where's the
this
Strumpsons?
location?
The Strumpsons? You guys have a local Strumpsons?
Do you have a Strumpsons video in this town? And then you would give them directions. And if you were to make up those directions like you do, I think that would be great.
My wife and I are. My wife's not feeling very well. Do you have a spretzer here? What
I'd
about
love to
do you have-
buy a spretzer before we get to the motel.
We're really hoping to find a spretzer before it closes.
We need to fill a prescription.
My wife is very hungry and she loves eating at Sprossritz. Do you have it?
Do you have a Rob Sprotswitz instead of Roy Rogers? Okay, here we go. Next one says, you guys had a fun conversation. If cell phones were always around, there wouldn't be most movies. I've thought of this multiple times. And then I wrote, in addition, Rocky would be the only movie. The Rocky franchise is the only movie that works if there are no cell phones.
What about Star Wars?
And if there were cell phones. No, think of how much of... if somebody could text Darth Vader, like, you better cover that hole near the reactor for this Death Star.
Yeah.
Cover it up. Next one says, good convo about communication. The least interesting notes were when you guys were the most entertaining. I just enjoy the conversation.
That must not have been much of the episode.
There are some. Good as new. Then we got a side note. It says here, side note, the person by the window seat has too much power.
On the airplane?
Zoya was sitting in the middle seat. I was sitting in the aisle seat, and then there was a young lady at the window, and she had the window closed the whole time. And
I hate it.
I wanted to see what was up.
I hate it. I hate it when they do that. I fly too often, and there's someone in the window seat with the closed shade the whole flight.
I understand if it's super early morning and you want to sleep, but if it's in the middle of the day, the people in the middle of the plane just feel like there's no difference between being on a bus or being in like the back of a Geo Metro and being in the middle of an airplane with all the windows closed.
Well, some people just like to look.
Put it on a shirt. This one says, I don't know what could have possibly been going on. If you won't go to the doctor, you won't write poems. Seems like you exist completely outside of yourself. Maybe this was when the sleepy time drink was starting to kick in.
Well, my thing was saying, like, I don't like writing poems because I don't think I have any seriousness.
Yeah. We're going to get a new horn, man. I promise you we'll get a new, better horn. You did try to Frankenstein's monster it at the end, though.
Usually I can fix shit.
We're going to get you. The music's making it sadder. All right? We're going to get you a new horn. It's going to be a better horn. You're going to forget all about, what was it? Remember? Jennifer. You're going to forget all about her. Him. Her. I don't know how it identifies. Do you want me to go on? Or do
I
you
would
want
like
to stop
for you
the
to go.
pod?
I'd like for you to go
Is
on.
this helping?
Yeah, it's getting my mind off of shit.
Next one says, when Bernie Sanders dies, everyone's going to say he was the one trying to save us. That's my personal belief. Everyone unanimously is going to... When Bernie Sanders dies...
Even Trump supporters are going to say
Trump
he tried
himself
to save
is going to say that.
He tried to save us.
Donald Trump, when he's out of office, he will absolutely say Bernie Sanders was the one trying to save us.
But hey, I was just trying to win.
You can't blame him for trying to win.
I can't blame anyone for trying to win.
It's the only way you don't lose.
Life is all about winning or losing, and that's it. It's not about being kind to others or anything like that.
No, life is about one thing. It's not this or that. It's about one thing.
Winning.
Because everything that isn't winning is nothing. This next one says, I have the perspective of a 30-year-old, and then the note says, no, you don't. And then another note says, that's perfectly okay.
Is that what Will said? Will
Yeah.
said I have the perspective of a 30-year-old?
It's perfectly okay, but it's not fair to your 23-year-old self. Here's what I think about Will.
Will definitely doesn't have the perspective of a 30-year-old.
That being said, he does have an incredibly unique perspective.
Yes.
Unlike any other 23-year-old that I know.
An ill person's perspective.
Not necessarily. He's just, dude, he's like halfway between Jaden Smith and
Kanye West.
Kanye East. Next one says, you were trying to figure out what Owen is to you, and you did that thing about Yoda. Owen's Owen's your muse, I think. If I was to guess.
Owen is kind of like my muse, yeah.
So Owen's your Sharon Stone in whatever movie she was a muse. Let's get a 2-horn honk for Owen.
That's too soon, man.
Come on, dude.
Too soon. Way too soon, man. Way too soon. It's rude.
Okay, next
It's
note.
rude. It's not funny. It's
Next note says Owen's been 57 for 30 years.
I think you're right.
We're checking on it. We're checking into it.
We're having our judges check it out.
This one says, I miss you and Will when you guys were friends.
Yeah.
I liked hearing you reconnect and talk about that.
Yeah,
There's
it was
a
nice.
story that I can't tell on the podcast that happened at a famous actress's birthday party.
Man. Yes, I know that story.
So I do miss you guys together. And I was happily reminded of tales from the past. This next one says, still proud of Will for the opportunity he took when he got to talk to Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah, he did it.
I remember watching that live
Ray
stream.
Don Chong.
Ray Dumb Trump. Dong Trum, I put. That was the spelling.
Dong Trum.
DONGTRUM.
Dong Trum.
Dong Trum. Okay.
Don Trung Williams.
Either Will or you. This had to be Will. Will said, I'm interested in becoming older. And the note says, guess what? You don't have a choice. Next one says, my parents still have hair from my first haircut.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's in like a birthday card.
What's
or
up
something
with
like
that?
I think it's just something that parents do, and they think it has powers. And then I really liked your theory about that's the only way
To clone
in the
yourself,
future
or to
that you could cure your diseases.
Yeah. I'm writing a real cool Black Mirror episode about it.
Yeah, and then I have, God forbid you go to the doctor and he's like, you have this horrible disease, and you respond by saying, but doctor, I have a bag of my baby hair. That's the conversation that has to happen.
You don't understand. I have a bag of my own baby
Doctor,
hair.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Before you go on, I'm going to make you look like a real idiot. I've got a bag of my baby hair. So
but Dr.
let's
Nelson,
get to work.
I got a pocket full of baby hair. What if you just had a syringe filled with your baby hair and you were like trying to put it in your, but it wasn't?
You know what? Before you say words like terminal and too late, why don't you check out this bag of my baby hair I have?
Okay. Why didn't you
mic
say
drop.
that? Next note says empathy is incredibly important, and I think that kind of spurred our inspiration for the SourceFed video we got to do. Related side note: if you grab the
What
person's
SourceFed video is that?
the one that came out today,
Right.
what annoys my coworkers.
Yeah.
Related side note: once again, that's a 2-horn. Related side note: if you grab the person's seat in front of you when you get up on the plane, you're a bad person.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna explain something to you.
on.
I'm gonna
Come
explain
on,
something
Mike.
to you. If you gotta
Come
get up,
on.
if you gotta get up to go to the bathroom, if you gotta get up to get into your seat, if you gotta get up to
I'm not with you on this one.
take a stretch,
You're on your own on this one.
and you grab a sleeping person's headrest and you rip them back 2 to 5 inches, you're a bad person because there are other ways to get up without touching the front of your seat.
You know, I just think it's just one of those things.
Let's go back to the beginning of the show where you're allowed to be as mad at me as you want. If you rip down if the person in front of you paid $550 for their seat, oh. You gotta get you know what you gotta get? You gotta get some duct tape and you gotta make sure the suction between the squeezer and the, that's where I think the disconnect is. I also think this is the hardest podcast to listen to that there's ever been.
I don't agree with you on the seat thing. I think it's fine. Just do it.
Okay.
You got to do it. Do it. You
If
just worried about if someone's asleep or something?
Here,
Trying to
I'll
be
meet you in the middle.
You think
I'll
it's
meet you in the middle.
respectful?
I'll meet you in the middle.
Okay.
If you have to do it, do it. But you're a bad person.
Do you agree with that, Zoya?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Zoya.
Especially because if somebody like reaches around to get up, right? So they're pulling on your seat, and someone like me who has my hair down, most times they're gonna grab onto my hair.
Oh,
You
that's
know it.
true. That's
Yeah.
You
true.
know it.
She
And
could be
then I'm
sleeping.
gonna fucking catch a real huge attitude. With
All right, you know what? I'm back on board. You're right. You're right, Mike.
And you can just, dude, you put both of your hands on the side
Yeah.
where your arms go,
Yeah.
and you just scoot.
People are selfish. Go ahead.
Celebrities aren't gods. They're good-looking people who got lucky. It has nothing to do with working hard. You could bust your ass and still need to get lucky.
Uh-huh.
And then a note that just says awesome conversation, and there's no like timestamp or anything, so that's worthless.
You like the conversation we had about Kanye?
You guys had a bunch of really good conversation. If you haven't heard that episode, by all means.
You give it one ding.
That's a one ding.
You give it a one ding ring.
Oh, and then I said, thank you for listening, Kasur from Pakistan, who told an adorable story about shitting.
Oh yeah, man, that was that
There
was
a
something.
young boy who dropped a poop out of his pants out of fear. It was an adorable story.
Guys, today's sponsor is Blue Apron. Let me tell you a little something about Blue Apron. They're just the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. Blue Apron achieves this by supporting a more sustainable food system, setting the highest standards for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs. Blue Apron has established partnerships with over 150 local farms, fisheries, and ranchers across the United States. As a result, the seafood is sourced sustainably under standards developed in partnership with the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch. Beef, chicken, and pork come from responsibly raised animals. Produce is sourced from farms that practice regenerative farming. Blue Apron can be delivered to 99% of the continental U.S. and 99.5% of food deserts. And because Blue Apron ships the exact amount of each ingredient required for a recipe, they're reducing food waste. Cooking together builds strong familial bonds. Research shows that Blue Apron families cook nearly 3 times more often. Those who spend a lot at restaurants or at a high-end grocery chain can now spend under $10 per person for a delicious meal. Sorry, not per Persian. I said per person.
It's per person.
Here's some upcoming meals. You ready, Mike?
Please.
How does this sound? Salmon piccata with orzo and broccoli. Pork chops and miso butter with bok choy and marinated apple. Vegetable chili and baked sweet potatoes with crispy tortilla strips. Hang on to your butts, because we got spicy shrimp coconut curry with cabbage and rice. Not all the ingredients are created equal. Fresh, high-quality ingredients make a real difference. It's important to know where your food comes from. Talk about your personal experience with Blue Apron. The meal you cooked, the ingredients overall, how it tasted, how it felt cooking it, etc. Additional copy points, feature as desired. Affordable. For less than $10 per person per meal, Blue Apron delivers seasonal recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals.
I'll tell you right now, me and Zoya used to have Blue Apron.
We could still have it.
We could still have it. We need to send away for it right now. And I'd have dinner prepared for her when she came home from work. And I could do it, you could do it, anyone could do it.
Choose from a variety of new recipes each week, or let Blue Apron's culinary team surprise you. Recipes are not repeated within a year, so you'll never get bored.
Directions are easy to follow.
Each meal comes with a step-by-step, easy-to-follow recipe card and pre-portioned ingredients, and can be prepared in 40 minutes or less.
Can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You won't.
Blue Apron's freshness guarantee promises. That every ingredient in your delivery arrives ready to cook, or they'll make it right. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/banter. You will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/banter. Blue Apron. A better way to cook.
Perfect. Any other sponsors this week, Steve?
Yeah.
Who's the second one? Do you remember? Do you? Okay.
Mike,
Yes.
what'd you do in Mexico, man?
Tons of things.
Did you swim? Did you swam?
Swam in a pool. Met some lovely folk. All around the.
That's a quick flight.
No.
No?
No.
Where'd you go?
It's like going to the East Coast. It's like 5.5 hours.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Really?
Maybe we were on the slow plane.
Where'd you go?
Maybe we took a bus.
You went to Cancun?
Yes.
It was like a 3-hour flight when I went.
Maybe you were closer at the time.
It was in Los Angeles.
Did you leave from Texas?
Left from Los Angeles.
It was like 4.5 hours there, and it was like 5 and change back.
Mamma mia, that's a long flight.
Mamma mia.
What'd you guys watch on the plane? Watch any cartoons?
You know, on Southwest, there are no assigned seats, and there are no televisions.
Oh, man, that's
And
always a bummer.
People grab the back of your seat when they're getting out.
You know what I learned, which is something I think people don't know? On planes that don't have TVs,
What's that? They're lighter.
they have a app.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have an
We can
app
watch
where you can
live
watch
TV.
movies.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
I didn't.
Mm.
I was writing notes
For the
listening to
podcast?
Our own podcast.
That took you 4 hours, huh?
It took me 5.5 hours. And there was an hour where I was... Okay. Well,
Let me tell you guys a little bit something about Squarespace.
are you gonna tell them now, or do they have to tune in next time?
Mike and I have talked in great detail about Squarespace. We talk about it on the first time show. Squarespace is a great way to get your website idea out there onto the internet for the whole world to discover.
Love Squarespace.
Excuse me, I'm talking.
You know, Mike
A very
Falzone.
beautiful website that you create or online store you can create with a award-winning template. Squarespace's award-winning templates are the most beautiful way to present your ideas online. They've got that all-in-one platform. Create a beautiful website with Squarespace's all-in-one platform. There's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. They've got that award-winning 24/7 customer service. Squarespace provides award-winning customer service 24/7. Let's talk about domains. I'll tell you what, Squarespace offers a unique domain experience that's fully transparent and simple to set up. Squarespace is used by a wide range of creatives, people, and businesses, musicians, designers, artists, restaurants, and more. Start your free... Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter the offer code BANTER to get 10% off your first purchase, ladies and gentlemen. 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace, make your next move, make your next website.
I would pay to see a concert of what just happened.
I think Alt J does that.
I think two skinny alt J's do that.
I think we just lost 2 sponsors.
You let me know when the make good dates are.
The thing is like it's the same ad every time.
We
So why not have a little fun with it?
Dynamic apologies with Mike and
Welcome
Steve.
back to Dynamic Make Good. Mike, I think it's time for us to get into a little history road.
I would absolutely love that.
But before we do that, I would really like to play this for you.
History. History.
I put my mouth on this microphone too much.
Man, I'm just in a weird spot. I'm just upset that the horn broke, man.
That's okay. I promise that I will rectify that for you somehow.
Yeah?
I will make you happy as it relates to that horn soon.
Where did you get it? He still hasn't.
I got it at a bike shop.
Where?
Shit, there are no more bike shops.
It was a bike shop in Simi Valley.
Do you know what it was called?
Bikes.
Bikes?
Ad bikes. Good ad bikes. The best ad bikes. No, I don't remember what it's called. I can find out. I
Dude.
mean, we could probably find any old horn.
Isn't most of Silver Lake bike shops?
Probably.
Realistically,
There's some bike shops in Woodland Hill.
There are bike shops all.
But
there are bike shops within walking distance of this apartment.
I think you're right.
I know I'm right.
Really?
And I know for a fact they have horns like that in the window. I promise I'll make right. How about a history robe?
We have one more ad to play here.
Oh.
Really quick.
Hey folks, come on down to Terry's Mattress. We got all kinds of mattresses here. We got new mattresses, we got old mattresses, we got Ben's mattress. That's right folks, Ben's moving out and he needs to sell his mattress and we got exclusive rights for the midnight deal. Come on down to Terry's Mattresses, all right here on 5th and 6th, 5th and 6th Avenue. They're right next to each other. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. Right after 4th, right before 7th.
It's me, Ben. I'm selling my mattress. I'm moving down to 12th Street, which is at least a ways down. I don't have a pickup truck and I can't really move it, so I really need to get rid of this mattress.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Right from Ben's room to your house. You don't even gotta come to the store. Just contact Ben directly, pay him cash. It's not even really connected with my store. I'm just doing a favor. I'm doing a favor for Ben. He goes, we go way back. He bought that mattress from me 6 years ago when I started this company, and I really respect Ben for what he did. And come down now where we have all kinds of deals. We got only prime numbers off. We only got 13, 17. 23, not 27. 27 is divisible by 9 and 3. We got 31. We got...
Tony's hardware store is not responsible for any injuries, bedbugs, or sex that Ben may have had on the bed without telling you beforehand with your ex-girlfriend. Remember Tara? Yeah, she had sex with Ben. Oh, how's that gonna fan out, huh? Oh, that's fucked. Ben fucked your girlfriend, dude. You guys aren't together anymore. She's your ex. Like, that's still fucked up. Like, how could Ben do that, right? Call now.
Holy shit, man.
That was
Promo code BANTER.
promo code is 57Bs all in a row, lowercase. Oh no, one of them is one of the B's is lowercase, and we're not telling you which one.
And how much? What's the percent they're gonna knock off for that?
It actually doesn't say.
Okay,
Thank you, Bobby Singh,
that was beautiful.
for that.
I really like people sending in commercials like the ones we said we were going to do 4 weeks ago.
I know they got ahead of the game and they did their own, and I'm really appreciative of that.
Do we have a history road this week? Or
Yes, we do. We do, and the history road is from Andrew Vanderhelm. And the subject is History Road, Lizards and Banter with the Girlfriend. Hey there, born boys and grown gals. Just thought I'd share a little History Road down memory lane from about a week and a half ago. My girlfriend and I were on a small road trip to buy Euromastix. Euromastix, and decided I'd show her my two
The
favorite...
European mastodon does gymnastics.
This is the European Masturbation Expo.
European
Euromastics.
masturbation gymnastics competition of the world.
I decided to show her my two favorite Barn Boys podcast
Sing podcast.
that had made me laugh hysterically so many times before. This is how it went over. We had been driving for about an hour in boredom, as well as sore butt cheeks. Had begun to set in. I suggested that we listen to one of the oh-so-hilarious podcasts I frequent. She agrees, and I loaded up the newest episode, Jumpin' the Shark. The headgum intro plays, and my favorite boys, come on. Steve, Mike, do you think this is a good idea? Like what we do, this is pretty much just for people who find us funny. We will likely never appeal to a wider audience. Not a particularly great start for reeling her in, but the irony did make me chuckle. As the podcast goes on, she begins to seem more and more confused. The boys are saying how you don't actually know how to make a good podcast, and Mike is jokingly trying to reel in NASCAR and basketball fans. She is neither.
Of which she is nigh.
At this point, Steve begins playing old podcasts over the current podcast.
Imagine so many hours into a podcast.
This is where it turns in madness, and I don't think she could bear it any longer. She reaches toward the dial, slowly turns it down, turns to me and says, "I love you," but I have no fucking idea what's going on. She then requests a change in tunage, and we bump it to Celine Dion. Been listening to you guys 17% Cloverfield and watching since Mike didn't give a shit about Steve shooting into space. Big fan, and you boys add some music, much silly magic into my life. I can't thank you enough. Andrew Vanderhelm. P.S. Attached is our little baby boy blue-tongued skink we ended up getting. I shall play the podcast for him next and report back. Here's the skink.
What's a skink? Oh, it's a snake.
No, I think
lizard?
it's like a lizard, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Dude, just know that we did detrimental. We did
Damage.
irreversible damage to your relationship.
Yeah, I mean, really, we're gonna make your girl think twice about even being with you.
What a bad...
because of what you think is funny.
You're 100% right about... First of all, make no mistake about it, that is hilarious.
It's
and
very
also,
funny.
you
And
were totally right.
Our weirdness created a really funny situation.
Yeah.
And I'm happy about that. But I think we made a mistake. And I think you made a mistake. And I think you should have not played her that episode. So maybe next time you try something else. Here's a two-horn honk. Oh, that horn ain't well. Mike, we did it.
That's a hot horn.
That's a hot horn. Ooh, it's a hot room, a hot horn. It's gonna be a hot summer. Praise to Andy Kaufman. Praise Logic, and thank you, Mike Falzone, for coming back. I missed you, boy.
I had a great time.
I missed you, and I'm always have a great time with you. And I miss Zoya a lot too. I'm glad she's here. And I miss you guys a lot. I was walking Bree's dog down the street, and I looked through your window, and I saw several people enjoying your fridge, enjoying what was in your fridge. So,
Old turkey.
but they looked like they were respecting the place, so I didn't bother to call anybody. So.
You know what? They took a bunch of shit, but they were real nice about
Well,
it.
if you notice a pair of shoe gone, I wouldn't really go after it. They look like mean boys.
I wouldn't notice.
Okay. Well, Mike, thank you, man. Thank you for being back.
Thank you for carrying the torch so well.
Of course, I love it.
You did a great job, and though we probably lost a lot of money this episode, it was very funny.
Though we definitely lost our sponsors. It was a funny way to lose sponsors. So,
It was.
I think it's okay. Maybe they'll have a good sense of humor about it and be like, yeah, you can play music loudly over our copy points. Yeah, you can make it unclear about what you're saying about our important brand. Go ahead. Make sure that offer code can clearly be heard. Make sure your voice is blasted out so that your audience can clearly hear all of the words that need to be heard.
I think someday we're gonna need money, and we're gonna look back at this episode
And really realize that we bungled it.
I wonder if we'll think it's this funny.
You guys John Dongled this.
We might have
We
John
certainly
Dongled
did.
them.
We
Well,
certainly
we gotta
did.
have a little fun. We keep doing the same ads, so we might
I
have
thought
a
it
little
was.
fun with it.
I would buy whatever we were
Me
selling.
too. I'd be like, these guys need I'll buy a website from these guys. That's hilarious.
100%. And also, MikeFalzone.com is done with Squarespace, and I fucking love it.
There you go. See? And you're a proud Squarespace
And that's real.
user. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we do love Squarespace, and Blue Apron is pretty great too.
Fucking
so,
delicious.
Yeah. So we have nothing bad to say about them. We just want to have a little fun with the copy there, and that's that. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us your history roads, you can do so by sending them to dynamicbanter@gmail.com, and we have an Instagram. That's right. You can go to our Instagram account. It's just Dynamic Banter on Instagram. And if you tag Dynamic Banter in a Dynamic Banter themed photo of yourself either listening to an episode, or if you found a cool horn, or if you have an ET meme you want to share.
Or if you and your boyfriend are breaking up.
If you and your boyfriend are breaking up because they were listening to our bad podcast, or if you have some fan art, which we love very much, we will feature it on our Dynamic Banter Instagram page. And Mike and I will also periodically post photos of us in the middle of making Dynamic Banter.
Yeah, I
How about that? So you guys can see what it looks like when we're in here, and it does not smell good. So, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time on Dynamic Banter. Anything else you want to say, Mike?
Nope. I think we're doing great. And, well, I don't mean that. I meant I'm having a great time.
Well, have a great time, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
That was a HeadGum podcast.